What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to TTB Ravens Media, bringing you Ravens content every single day. If you want to stay up to the Ravens content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. Turn the notification bell on if you want to get notified every single time I upload a brand new video. Before I get into this video, I'm not going to do a trivia in today's video, but what I am going to do is I'm going to ask you, who is the best Ravens playoff performer of all time? I figure it kind of relates to this video. I'm very curious to see what you guys have to say. I'll put my answer in the comment section down below as well, so you guys can check that out. But I want to hear what you guys think, because no intro really today. I just want to jump straight into the news. But overall, we're talking about the Ravens and Super Bowl and playoffs and such, because on CBS Sports Radio, Ross Tucker came on the Zach Gelb show, I believe it's called. And he said, and this is a quote, "I don't think the Ravens passing game is good enough for them to go to a Super Bowl and win it." Okay, and this question arose from the host of the show basically asked, behind the Chiefs, who's the best team in the AFC? And he said, "Ooh, that's a toss-up. I think it's between the Bills and the Browns." And he kind of goes, "It's really tough. I think the Browns are a little bit deeper. See if Josh Allen could do that." And then the host is like, "No, Ravens." And he was like, "I really only see those three teams as teams that can go to the Super Bowl and win it for the AFC." And then he says the quote about the Ravens passing game and not being good enough to get to and win a Super Bowl. And first of all, I just want to hear you guys' thoughts and opinions, comments down below, on your thoughts on this quote. But I really want to analyze this quote, because I don't think y'all are going to get really mad. You guys got to hear me out when I say this. I don't think he's that wrong when he says this, because there's two ways that you can analyze this statement, okay? There's the first way, which is the wrong way of analyzing the statement. And I don't know which way he meant the statement. I'm just saying it can be translated to two different ideas. If he believes in idea one, I think he's completely wrong. If he believes in idea two, there's reason behind it. I think is actually a solid idea. But reason number one, the incorrect idea. The Ravens can't win a Super Bowl because Lamar Jackson isn't a good enough passer. Okay, that's the first way of thinking about it. And that way of thinking, I know a lot of people do have that ideology, and they just think I just don't think they really watch the Ravens. And they say, you know what they say, Lamar just can't throw the ball deep, he can't throw outside the numbers, he can't do any of that. We've seen Lamar do all of that type of thing. They say, oh, he doesn't really throw a clean football. Well, Peyton Manning didn't throw a clean football. Peyton Manning was on a show, and he once said, I think, once Brady and Brees passed me, he's like, yeah, they passed me. But I got to say, I'm pretty sure I have the NFL record for most career wobbly touchdown passes ever thrown. And he's like, nobody will ever pass it. Okay, as long as the ball gets there, that's what matters. And Lamar, according to Greg Roman, the spiral is definitely getting a lot tighter after he worked on his mechanics a lot in this offseason. But the idea that Lamar can't throw, it's been disproven plenty of times. He's had plenty of great throwing games. I know we always look to the Miami game, the perfect passer rating game against Miami, the MVP season, 5 touchdowns. Very, very, very impressive performance in week 1. But, he's had other games. The Jackson 5 on Monday Night Football against the Rams, who have Aaron Donald, have Jalen Ramsey. He absolutely torched them. There's been a lot of situations where Lamar Jackson has gone out there and thrown the football very well. Heck, you can even go to this Browns game on Monday Night Football last year and see, wow, he can throw. He's on the run. He's throwing across his body. He's hitting Hollywood Brown on fourth and 5 or so. When he has an opportunity to rush for the first down with his legs, he could have gotten it. But he said, no, let me throw the football. He has faith in his arm. His quarterback should, which he does, makes the throw. Hollywood's able to score. And then eventually later in the game, obviously Justin Tucker hits the game-winning field goal. But overall, that idea, that mentality of the Ravens can't win because Lamar isn't a good enough passer, ridiculous, ludicrous, blasphemous, whatever adjective you want to describe it as that's negative, that's what it is. However, like I said, there's two different ways of analyzing this statement. I'll repeat it again. I don't think the Ravens passing game is good enough for them to go to a Super Bowl and win it. More than quarterback is associated with the passing game. And yes, he could be thinking, oh, the wide receivers just aren't very good. We've seen the improvement of the wide receivers. Yes, they are injured right now, but if the Ravens get to the playoffs, it's expected that they would have Bateman, Watkins, Hollywood, all the guys fully healthy, as well as Mark Andrews and Nick Boyle. So I don't think looking at the wide receivers is the issue that he's looking at here. I don't think that's an issue that many people would say just because it's a lot of unknowns, but maybe people could say, oh, the wide receivers in the passing game. But the other way of looking at it is the passing scheme, because that's a problem. That's been the problem for the last few years. That's why the Ravens haven't been able to have success, is because the passing schemes haven't been very good. Everybody's always complained, oh, well, they can't come back from behind. And why was that? Because the Ravens' passing scheme was pretty awful. Yes, Greg Roman has designed good plays, and I don't want to put that. I think we clown on Greg Roman a lot. He's had a lot of great plays. One of my favorite plays from Greg Roman ever from the Ravens was week 2 of the MVP season when he threw the fake screen pass wheel route touchdown early in the game against the Arizona Cardinals. Loved that play call. He's had some good play calls. However, consistently, the scheme is not very good, and that's been holding the Ravens back. It becomes very difficult to pass the football when every time it's 3rd and 10, it seems like you're either doing a bootleg or you're doing a play action, because there just isn't enough just straight up drop back passes in the playbook for the Ravens to be utilizing. So they have to go into these plays where the fake isn't going to really work, and it's very predictable and things like that. Steve Smith's talked about Greg Roman plenty of times on different programs, talking about how he's running the same thing he used to run with Kaepernick, and that passing scheme was never very good. The passing scheme in Buffalo was never very good. Greg Roman is a run scheme guy, one of the best in the business when it comes to developing a run scheme. However, when it comes to the passing game, he has struggled plenty of times. There's been a lot of situations where he calls plays that we as Ravens fans are very confused by. And that's been an issue, okay? And don't worry, I'll talk about the present, in a second. But just how many times have we seen there's 2 wide receivers in the exact same spot on the field, and Lamar tries to throw to one, but then the other brings an extra defender, and something happens to it. Oh, look at that! 2 streaks right next to each other. Unless you're running a Hail Mary, or it's 3rd and 20 or something like that, where it's literally like we are throwing a jump ball and we don't care if the defense knows it, you shouldn't be putting 2 streaks right next to each other. You can have 2 streaks on the same field, not next to each other. That just crowds the space, and it allows one defender to take away 2. And if there's 2 defenders there, it's 2-on-1 if they're trying to catch it, because all they need is a swat. The offensive players don't want to fight each other for that catch. It will decrease their chances. So it's been a major issue in the passing game. It has held them back. And if the passing game is the exact same that it's been in the last couple of seasons, I would agree with the statement that the passing game would not allow the Ravens to win the Super Bowl. However, we got to look at some key additions. We got to look at T. Martin. We got to look at Keith Williams and how much of it, and the loss or benefit of losing David Culley. I think that's a major impact. However, it's something that we still don't 100% know. We can't really analyze how impactful they are until we get to the regular season, because Hollywood's the only player that we can analyze. Hollywood and I guess Mark Andrews are the only players that we can analyze and say, wow, they got a lot better. Their route running and such. Oh, the schemes that they're getting open are better. Those are the only players. So we can't really analyze the preseason or anything like that, because we don't really know it. Devin Duvernay didn't get a lot of opportunities with Greg Roman last year. He didn't. James Prochet definitely didn't. So overall, the opportunities that were given out to different players, we can't really analyze it. So if nothing changes, I think the statement is correct. However, I expect something to change. And if it doesn't change, I fully expect Greg Roman to be gone if it hasn't changed. And we're, I don't know, at the bye week. I like to say week 5 against the Colts is a great game to analyze that. But overall, the Ravens do have to make a change with the passing game. Whether or not Greg Roman is a part of that change is up to him. If he doesn't make a change, he'll be gone. And if he's not gone, then John Harbaugh is gone at the end of the season. If the Ravens passing game continues to struggle and he doesn't have the cojones to fire Greg Roman. If he does bad, like I said, I still believe in Greg Roman. I think he can turn it around. I think T and Keith can really help him out. However, if they're not able to get him to do what he needs to do, because the Ravens understood this. What did they do in the offseason? Boykin, Wallace, Watkins, Alejandro Villanueva, Kevin Zeitler, the offensive line, okay? They draft guys. They bring in these specialists to help the passing game. Like, the passing game is a major thing that they are trying to fix. And if they can't fix it under Greg Roman, I think he's going to be, because John Harbaugh is going to recognize, oh man, I got to do something. So initially, when you see this quote, it may be very frustrating to a lot of Ravens fans. However, he's kind of right if he means it in the way of option 2. If he means it in the way of option 1, which is they can't win because Lamar can't throw, that's just a stupid take with literally zero evidence to back it up. That makes no sense. But if you look at the passing scheme isn't good enough or hasn't been good enough, and I don't expect something to change, it's kind of right. Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think. Do you think option number 2 is a fair assessment to say? If not, absolutely okay. Let me know. But I'm very excited to see what you guys think. Also, let me know what your favorite or the best Ravens playoff performer of all time is. Let me know. I'll comment it down below. I don't want to say in the video. Too many people may get a little bit surprised. But thank you, everybody, for watching. Subscribe for any other Ravens content. And I will see all of you again tomorrow. And make sure to come back on Saturday before and after the game against the Washington football team. We'll be doing a live stream. It's going to be a ton of fun. But we'll see all of you again then.